Hey everyone, hope you've had a wonderful week. There are a lot of negotiations that take place between Paro and Moshe throughout the course of the Eser Makot, the 10 plagues. But none is more head-scratching, in my opinion, than the negotiation that takes place after the plague of Choshech, after the plague of darkness, the 9th plague. Paro is willing to let the Jewish people go to do their worship service in the desert, and all the people, not just the men, not just the adults, not just the men and women, not just the kids, the elderly, everybody's now in. He says, but rak tzonechem uvekarchem yutzag. Just you need to leave your flock and your herd behind. The animals have to stay behind, but you can go do your thing in the desert for a few days. One might have thought that this was an opportunity for Moshe and the Jewish people to jump on it and say, guys, we're getting out. Okay, we can't take our animals, but we have a chance to escape. Let's go. We're going to fight over taking the animals. The perfect is the enemy of the good here. Let's get out. It's a good deal. But Moshe says no. He says, I am not agreeing to those terms. He says, the animals are coming too. Lo tishaer parsa, we are not going to leave one hoof behind. Ki mimenu nikach, because it's from these animals that we will take la'avodat Hashem Elokeinu, to serve our God. And why do we take all of them? Why not just take some of them? Va'anachnu lo neda, we don't know. Mana avodat Hashem, what we're going to use to serve God. Ad bo'enu shama, until we get there. Now you could say, this is maybe a little bit disingenuous, because in some ways they're taking it because they want to leave and they're not coming back. That's really why, not because we don't know what we're going to use to serve God over there. But maybe actually let's take Moshe at face value. Maybe he did mean this. So when we leave, we need our animals because we need them to serve God. Now you're thinking, and we're all thinking maybe, okay, for korbanot purposes, we're going to need all these animals. But perhaps there's a depth to what Moshe is saying that he wanted the Jewish people to know about, and he wanted us to know about. It's written in the Torah. And that is that we don't just serve God with our body, with our mouth, we say the words, and we bow with our body. We don't just worship God that way. Moshe is teaching us that the way we worship God is with everything that we possess. That we can take all of our earthly possessions and utilize them, and that we should and we must utilize them to serve God, to follow the mitzvot, to look around at others who may need help, and maybe our physical possessions, they can make all the difference in helping them. But we talk a lot about how utilizing ourselves, our body, to do good for ourselves, for our family, for others. We talk about sort of donating our time, but we can also think about our possessions and how our possessions fit into the scheme of avodas Hashem, of worshiping God. Are they helping enhance my connection to God, my family's connection to God and His Torah? Are they helping others around in the community, my neighbors, my literal neighbors? Are they helping serve a greater purpose of creating a world of unity amongst the Jewish people and beyond the Jewish community? Are my possessions being utilized to make a difference in this world? God gives us our earthly possessions, as the Torah writes in Hilchos Tzedakah, right? That when we give tzedakah, it's not like, it's charity. It's it's a gift of our free. I'm just giving of my heart. Part of it is an obligation to utilize the possessions that God has given me in this world to do good for others. It's an obligation. And I believe it comes from here. From Moshe telling Paro, we need to bring all of our possessions. Because how we serve God, it depends on the moment. We don't know how it will look when we get there. Anachnu lo neda. Until we get to the moment, to the experience, we don't know how we're going to use our earthly possessions to serve God. But our mindset has to be, how am I going to use those possessions that we have to make a Kiddush Hashem, to sanctify God's name in this world. May we all succeed at that task and at that journey throughout our lives. Shabbat Shalom.